To the track, the ladies in progress right now over Coppin State as well. Carl Hicks is the 18th season now of running Coppin State everywhere, including the Terrapin Invitational this weekend where they took 6th in a meet. Coach Hicks, you know that I don't know a ton about these. I did cover these about 25 years ago at the high school level over on Maryland Avenue. Let's see, what was the 5th Regiment Armory?
5th Regiment Armory, yes.
We used to have the track meets over there. Now, the Terrapin Invitational, how many teams participate in these invitationals on the weekends? You guys are going to Penn State this weekend too, right?
We are going to Penn State this weekend, yes, and looking forward to competing at a high level there.
Well, give me a little recap of last weekend because I don't think people know how the track meets work unless you got a child or a grandchild or a friend or you've been to one of the meets. But give me the whole indoor routine on what a day looks like when all these universities get together with all these talented student athletes.
Well, great. It's an exciting event. Some people call it a meet. It's more than a game. A game may last 2 hours or so. You may get a halftime break, intermission, but there is no intermission in track and field. It goes all day long.
Well, you get that feeling when you're watching the Olympics, right?
Exactly.
There's a race now and there's a race later, and somebody has to race 3 times that day, and somebody's running in a relay. So it really is a little bit of an act of attrition probably by the end of the day, right? Because nobody ends the day stronger than they begin, right?
Right, exactly. We start, for example, we start the day off at 10 o'clock in the morning, and then we don't end at 5:20. However, we have to be there like approximately 2 hours prior to our event so we can warm up and properly nourish and be ready to compete at 10 a.m. for those who have to compete at 10 a.m.
I've traveled the world. Sometimes I see a cricket match on Sunday that started on Thursday, but you guys don't you don't go quite that far. But tell me about your crew this year because, I get the emails over from Steve, and obviously we broadcast the basketball games. We on the ladies' side, the men's side, you had a huge weekend. My wife and I were over there swabbing in a beautiful gym and record crowd over there from Oregon and Coppin. Just a great day. But you missed it all because you were too busy down at the Prince George's Sports and Learning Center with a whole bunch of other schools, 20 schools at Terrapin Invitational.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And interesting that we had a lady throw, her name is Kristen Deacon, who has been undefeated in her event in the weight throw. And she has thrown 17.75 meters. Which ranks her as, I think,
that's
in the
58 feet, by the way. I did the math on that. I did the
58 feet. Yes, and that she has been throwing outstanding. She's came up big to find a way to win, and like every throw wasn't a good throw for her, but she edged it out and found a way to pull it out to become successful. Not only become successful to win, but to PR at that, to have a personal record, personal best.
Well, is this one of the big ones, the Terrapin Invitational, of all the ones you'll see this year? What's the most amount of teams that'll come together?
Well, our biggest meet will come. We're going to go to Boston University in next 2 weeks, and you'll have schools from all over flying all over the country to try to qualify for the national championship. So the NCAA. And that's our main goal, is try to get someone in there to the national championship. It's a tough field, and if we can get 1 or 2 guys or ladies in there, that's an exceptional indoor season for us.
Now, your MEACs are actually way earlier than basketball. You guys actually do that sort of Valentine's week, right? And
exactly.
The big national championships are the second week of March, right?
Yes, exactly. So we're hoping that once the tournament play starts in March, that we'll be at the national championship.
It is amazing, how many athletes run in all seasons, right? And we have these other athletes that are just preparing for one season. But I remember when John Ogden came out, he was throwing the discus. And so many times, I'll be at the Combine in about 6 weeks for the NFL. So many of those kids run track. So many of those kids have competed at different sports that you don't know about because it's not televised or it's not out there like football or basketball is.
Yes. Well, you don't have the media play until the Olympic time comes around a lot of times. And that's something really exciting that happens, like Kristen Coleman, who broke the 60-meter record which is he's the fastest time ever in his 60 meters in history. That made ESPN. But, however, it's a lot of great performances throughout the whole weekend that doesn't get a lot of airplay.
Well, every time I see Usain Bolt, it makes me want to run fast. I'll tell you that. So,
it makes us all.
Hey, Coach, I appreciate it. 18 years now over at Coppin State. Want to remind everybody we got Coppin State, South Carolina State basketball here on the weekend. Coach, thanks for coming on with us. Good luck to you guys here moving forward up at Penn State this weekend.
Thank you very much.
You got it, Carl Hicks, 18 years now over at Coppin State as the track and field coach. And, of course, Juan Dixon leading the men's Eagles over the Morgan State squad on Saturday. But a doubleheader. 2 Coppin victories for the price of 1 over there at over at Coppin, but I'm sure more are going to get even at some point. MEAC tournament starts 3rd week of March as well. You can find me out in the BuyAToyota.com audio vault 24 hours a day from anywhere in the world on your mobile device by downloading the TuneIn Radio app. We do come in crystal clear from anywhere in the world. I am Nestor. Nasty at WNST.net finds me. Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, Snapchat, and more. We are WNST.net, AM 1570, and WNST Towson, Baltimore. And we never stop talking Baltimore sports.